Except that this time, the dreamer didn't feel his own pain, but rather he felt the pain of the father. A father confused by his own life and the things that had happened to him. The trouble he had with his business, the feelings of not controlling his life, the frustration of not being in charge. Then suddenly, he saw his son doing something minor. Not something bad, really. Still, it was the famous drop. The man bursts out in front of all his son's little friends. In his dream, the old man could feel it all of the pain his father felt. Not only the old pain, but the new pain as well. The pain provoked by a father hurting his son. He saw his father bleeding inside, but before he could do or say anything, he once again woke up with a shock. Gone was the anger he had felt for over 50 years. Replaced it was by a feeling of compassion, a deep, all-embracing love for his father. The pain had gone. The energy could flow again. The old man looked around at the room he was in. "My God," he said. He tried to put some order in his mind, but felt as if he had taken a sleeping pill, and whatever he tried to do, he soon felt himself dozing off a third time. Yes, here he was at 17, and so was the girl. She loved him, but little did he know. To him the most important thing was to show off before his friends, show them how strong and above all that loving nonsense he was. He fooled around with the girl, hurt her, made fun of her, up to the point where, indeed, it was too late. The one event that had literally changed his whole life. The one thing he had done, impossible to be reversed. For his whole life, every single time the event had popped up in his mind, it had drained him from all of his energy. There she was again. Or rather, there he was now, where she had gone so long ago. He hardly dared to look at her. He wanted to tell her how sorry he was. Sorry for the things he had done. Sorry for the words he had spoken. But the girl just smiled at him and said, "There is nobody here who will judge you, dear John." The mere fact of hearing the girl pronounce his name felt like tons of pain and guilt falling from his shoulders. The girl just went on speaking. "So often we do things, dear John, things we think we shouldn't have done. But the worst thing of them all is not that we have done them, but rather that we haven't forgiven ourselves for it. Look at your life, my dearest friend, and look at how these feelings have destroyed you. Wake up and return to your life now, and realize that there is no one here to judge you. Stop tormenting yourself and just look at the world with love in your heart, not with regret for the things you have done, or anger for what others have done to you." The man woke up feeling 20 years younger. 3 events had possessed his life, yet it only took 3 dreams to dissolve all of the old pain into thin air. The girl had healed him by sending him love, unconditional love. The pain caused by his father had been replaced by compassion. One thing remained to be done. The man opened an old drawer. Somewhere, he remembered, he still had a phone number. His son's phone number. How many years of my life have I lost like this? How many years have I lost energy to the past? How many years have I forgotten to live? He took the phone. He had to tell his son. He had to let him know. As so often, Shaoni felt Aniola's story stopped before it had come to an ending. "But how do you know that his son will not—" The wizard didn't even allow Shaoni to finish his question. "What the son will or will not do is not important here, my boy. The essence is solely within the old man's mind. It is the way in which he looks at life that will change it around. Nothing else matters. If his son is not yet ready to understand, that will be his son's choice, his son's responsibility, his son's burden, too. Imagine how many people throw their energy away into past events, and thus drain themselves from the energy they need to live in the present. They feel as if they are sinking ever deeper into the swamp of life, lacking the energy to do anything about it. Yet it has been their own choice all along, and they can stop it whenever they want." Later that evening, when all had gone quiet and a blanket of peace had unfolded over the world, the wizard came up to the boy and said, "Whenever you feel guilt, remorse, or anger, whenever it blocks your energy and prevents you from enjoying life, go to your center and look at your pain. If the pain has been caused by a person, imagine that person standing on a stage in front of a crowd. See him being applauded by that crowd, being cheered at by the crowd. See how happy that person is. See how he radiates with happiness. Feel the joy he feels inside. Then, feel how happy you are, happy for the person standing there in front of you. As soon as you feel this joy within yourself, radiate it out back to the person standing on the stage. It will heal your pain, even if the healing comes from your side only." Hard to believe," Shaoni said, thinking back at some of the people he knew and what they had done to him. Ever tried it?" Aniola replied. Thank you for enjoying this chapter of Shaoni, Born from the Light. To hear more of these stories, please visit www.shaoni.net/audio. If you prefer to receive all of these stories in print, visit www.shaoni.net/book.